my God. Christmas is basically here and now, and my obsession with Christmas markets is going to have to be put away for another year. But first, I need to talk about 2 Christmas markets and which one is better, Bruges or Riga. So, 2 Christmas markets, 2 different countries, which one's gonna win? I have 3 criteria. 1, food. 2, ambiance. 3, I can't remember the third one. Well, we'll discover it in the video. Come with me. Bruges is known to have one of the top Christmas markets in all of Europe. So the entire town is covered in Christmas lights, or at least the Old Town, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bruges is the biggest city in the Flemish part of Belgium, and it's been around since the 12th century. It's frequently named Venice of the North because there are canals all over Old Town that were built to, I think, avoid flooding. The town wasn't bombed during World War II, so a lot of the medieval architecture is still intact in the Old Town area. And that's where the Christmas market is focused. Like seemingly every Christmas market that I've been to, there is a central grand Christmas tree somewhere near the center of the market. Not always in the market itself, but definitely nearby in one of the central squares of the town. In Bruges, it's not in the Christmas market proper, but it's in this central square that is a little away from the market. The market itself is really big and takes up the majority of the space of the central square. In Riga, by contrast, the market itself is much, much smaller. I was really lucky during my trip to Riga because it had just snowed the night before, which gave Riga a particularly Christmassy feeling to it. There's a lot of nature in Riga. It's truly beautiful. And since Riga is so far north, it gets dark really early. Like by 4 o'clock, it already feels like night, which means that the Christmas lights have even more time to show off. Twinkle lights everywhere in Old Town. There are water features in Riga as well, but not the canals like in Bruges. Instead, it's a river and just one canal that was a moat originally. In both cities, the Christmas market is really a central gathering place for the local community as well as for tourists. The difference is that in Bruges, there are just a ton of tourists, whereas in Riga, there really aren't. It feels like it's still open for discovery, and that the people who are coming to the market are mostly locals who are coming to have a great evening. There
are two major Christmas trees, one in the center of the main market and one just a little bit away, where supposedly the first Christmas tree ever in Europe was put on display. Of course, you go to the market for the market part of it, for the shopping and the food. In Bruges, it's mostly Christmas ornaments, not always made locally. In fact, most of them are not made locally. And then a lot of beer stalls and sausage stalls. They're beautiful ornaments. In Riga, by contrast, most of the gifts feel locally made and handmade. There's just much more of a quaintness to what is on offer. And since I mentioned it is a much smaller market, so each stall really kind of needs to differentiate itself. The only thing you'll see a lot of is amber, because the Baltics are known for their amber. That's kind of the one nod to the tourist expectations. The food is fan-fricking-tastic. It's not just sausages either. I was surprised to see paella, and there was something so charming about all of the wood-burning fires, particularly because it was freezing cold, and the warmth from the fires and the bubbling food just, I don't know, it transported me back into time. But they also love their wine, thank goodness, because I'm really much more of a wine drinker or cocktail drinker than I am a beer drinker. So for that purpose, Riga serves better than Bruges. This gin cocktail concoction was purely an Instagrammer's delight. The shot that creates all of the smoke is actually just dry ice, and it does nothing for the drink itself. But the ice cube that is used to put the gin concoction in is its own special feature. Of course, one should never forget dessert, and gingerbread is a big deal in Riga, but so are these pancakes. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, but they're kind of like a mix between a donut and brown bread. They're good, but not fluffy. When it comes to whimsy, Bruges has all of the magic of the 12th century and the castles and romance. But Riga has the innocence and naivete of a child. There is this amazing little village of rabbits that is at the front of one of the Christmas markets just outside of the center. But in the center Christmas market, there are sheep to pet. There's a carousel, but not like the carousels in Paris, one that really looks hand-strewn. And there's even a Santa Claus to visit, which I thought was charming. I truly felt like I was being invited to a family affair.
Oh my god. Bruges or Riga? Riga or Bruges? Honestly, I think it's Riga, which surprised me because while I was in Riga, I was thinking that Bruges was better because Bruges is bigger. Like the actual market itself is bigger. But the Christmas feeling, the je ne sais quoi sensation of being in Riga, it's more Christmassy. Like you can actually imagine Santa Claus or Saint Nick or reindeer prancing around. You can feel where all of the traditions and rituals are coming from. It still feels, here's the thing, it still feels pure. And the commercialism of Christmas hasn't invaded it as much there as it has in Bruges and other places. So that is my final my final count. My final decision in this battle between Bruges and Riga. Sorry, Bruges. Riga wins. Thank you so much for joining me on my little quest to decide which of these two Christmas markets was better. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments, and feel free to subscribe for the new year. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful holiday. See you in 2024.